Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Oh gosh, what's happening? I actually yesterday ran into the CEO, Ivan Gazidis, again. This is about the third time this summer I've seen him, had a chat with him. Yet again, he wouldn't let up as to who Arsenal are signing. I asked him about the defensive crisis, and his words to me were, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I said, are we going to make a signing to cover that defensive position? Again, he said, we're going to be all right, Robbie. What can I say? I mean, that's all he's revealing. He's really good. You know what I mean? When you speak to him, he's really good at not really revealing much. But fair play to him. He spoke to me. So I can't give you any names, just the fact that he said, we're going to be all right. But are we going to be all right? I mean, even the newspapers at the moment and the media, they're really playing on the emotions of Arsenal fans. I mean, they've seen yesterday that Pogba's gone to Man United, John Stones, 47.5 million gone to City. They're all spending big money. And then today we get linked with Wilfried Bony. Wilfried Bony, the star, are linking us with a 27-year-old. They're saying that the Arsenal officials are saying that if there's no other option, they're going to turn to Wilfried Bony because, you know, he's available for around about £30 million from Manchester City. You look within the story, you try to see what's the reasoning behind this, why has this link appeared, and there's nothing. And I'll be honest with you, it's yet another one of those stories that to me has just been made up. Look at the Star in particular over the years when I've been doing this Transfer Daily. They're one of the worst for it. They just come out with stories out of the blue, unsubstantiated, gets everybody talking, gets all the Arsenal fans talking. I'm talking about it, and so it's worked, right? It's all over the place today. But if I was an Arsenal fan, if I'm one of any of you guys out there, don't worry about it. I really don't think that Wilfried Bony is going to be the guy that's signing for Arsenal. I think that this is just a rumour that they've just thrown in there, literally, as to speak. So I wouldn't worry about that one. We're also being linked today with Lorenzo Insigne. Again, not much to this story, just the fact that, he's in a bit of a contract dispute at the moment with Napoli. He's a very talented player, by the way. Very, very talented player. Italy international. Looks like since Higuain's left Napoli, everybody there is kind of angling for a better deal. His agent is saying that Napoli, the deal that they've offered to Insigne is not what they expected, not to their liking. That Insigne would like a move away, wouldn't mind moving to Arsenal. But right now, I don't think that Insigne is the type of player that Arsenal are looking at. Very talented player, been linked with him before in the past, actually. But again, I don't think this is something that's going to happen. What about Riyad Mahrez? Now, the reports out today are that Riyad Mahrez has told Leicester that he wants to leave. He wants to leave and he wants to go to Arsenal. However, the story then goes on to say that he's saying that he won't force a move. So, he's got so much respect in that for Leicester that he doesn't want to force a move, but he does want to move to Arsenal, which then means, if it is true, that Arsenal need to force the situation. If they really want Riyad Mahrez, Arsenal need to go out there and force the situation to make the deal happen. He's also been linked with Chelsea, of course. Again, nothing to substantiate this story. It's just rumours. Riyad Mahrez, of course, would be an exciting signing for Arsenal Football Club. For me, though, the priority is still a striker. Mahrez has been linked heavily with us throughout the summer. But, again, not a lot to this story. But Mahrez being linked, it would be up to Arsenal to go out there and get real aggressive with this one if they really want it to happen. Now, we all know that Gabriel is out, and the news has started to come through that it looks like the injury is not going to be as bad as first thought. Probably going to be out for about 6 to 8 weeks, we're being told. However, we're Arsenal fans. We know that 6 to 8 weeks can turn into 6 months sometimes when it comes to Arsenal. But hopefully not as bad as first. You know, when I was at the game, I was getting messages from people saying it looks like a leg break. Now it's just starting to look like it's just been a really bad ankle sprain. However, we know that we need a defender. As when I spoke to Ivan Gazidis over in America, that was way before the injury to Gabriel. He said to me at the time, we know that we need an experienced centre-back. That guy seems to be Mustafi. We're linked again today with Mustafi. We're being told that Arsenal are heavily in talks to get this Mustafi deal over the line. This is one that I think can happen. And if it does happen, it would be a great signing. He's a very, very good player. Captain of Valencia, German international, can play centre-back, can cover right across the back four. It would be a great signing for Arsenal. I know a lot of Arsenal fans are frustrated yesterday when they see guys like Ashley Williams going to Everton. Ashley Williams is a leader, is a good centre-back. For me, if we were going to sign him, that should have been like 2 years ago. He's 31 years of age. Yes, we need experience, but for me, too old. He's coming towards the end of his career. Somebody like Mustafi would represent a really good deal for Arsenal, because this is a guy that is very experienced, but still young enough to be at Arsenal for many, many years. So if Arsenal could get this deal over the line, and remember, we're talking about, it's all right talking about your Pogbas and your this one. We need to get players that we need at the moment and that are going to fit what we're doing. For me, if you've got a solid back four and you've got Mustafi in there alongside, say, Koscielny, in front of him you've got people like Granit Xhaka, we're starting to look like a really solid team. So if Arsenal can get this one over the line, believe you me, this will be an excellent, excellent signing for Arsenal. But it's if we can get it over the line. At the moment, there's not a lot of faith in Arsenal in getting these sort of deals over the line. And this is where all the frustration is coming from, is building from, because we're like, why hasn't this been done, you know? We know deals are complicated. As I said yesterday, we've been told at Valencia are saying, listen, we're not selling until we get a replacement in. But hopefully we'll hear something on this one very soon. But this is the deal I think that Arsenal are working on. Now, they're also apparently linked with a defender who plays for Manchester City. Another City player today we're being linked with. City got loads of players they need to get rid of. See, this is the thing as well about the transfer market, that when you get it wrong, I mean, it's easy for us at the time to say, get this guy, get that guy, spend this money, spend that money. When you get transfers wrong and you're trying to run your club efficiently, you can be lumbered with players. And we've seen that, you know. Christian Benteke at Liverpool at the moment, they just struggling to get rid of this guy. Massive wages, massive fee. They don't want to take a loss. Benteke's there. He's sitting there and he's thinking to himself, why should I leave for, you know, less wages than I'm on at the moment? You know, Yaya Toure at Manchester City on £250,000 a week. How are you going to move a guy out like that out? You know, he doesn't want to lose those wages. He's an aging player. He doesn't want to lose those wages. He's like, I'll go, but whoever takes me needs to match those wages. And people can't match those wages right now. So this is why you've got to get your transfer policy right. Schweinsteiger at Manchester United, who last year, all the United fans were raving about, oh, fantastic signing. Now they're trying to get rid of him. It's important to get your transfer business right. But then also, it's important to be aggressive. It's important to move quickly. We need to get the balance of both of them at Arsenal. Linked today with Manchester City's Denayer, Jason Denayer. He's a centre-back. Surplus to requirements, it seems, at Manchester City. He was out on loan at Galatasaray last season. Galatasaray, by the way, won him back. But Arsenal linked with him today. Is it just because he's a centre-back that, you know, he's been linked with them? I don't know. But, you know, he's been linked with us. But Denayer linked with a move to Arsenal today. Is this another one that's going to happen? I think Mustafi is the deal that all of the, you know, Arsenal fans would like to see happen. I think he is the player that Arsenal are actively trying to get at the moment. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. Don't forget the link below, the Sky Bet Fantasy League. Make sure you get your team entered before the start of the season. I'm working on my team at the moment. I'm hoping I'm going to have Mustafi in my team Um, you know, yeah, get a couple of Arsenal players in there. Mustafi, Xhaka, yes. But the links are below to enter that league. There's also the promo pin, so make sure you get entering into that. Thanks for watching AFTV Transfer Daily today, and we'll be back around about the same time tomorrow.